Man, and what keeps you going nowadays? Like you all have like a decade of experience.
Yeah, yeah.
So what keeps you going right now?
Oh, it's a long journey.
Yeah.
It's many. First of all, I really wanted to have just the same level, like as I saw it. I thought it was almost impossible, but I keep training, and then now I discover some other sides of freestyle. Not only the level, doing some tricks. I think like all of you, you discover something that freestyle is way bigger. You can have like art, you can combine with music, with some flow, some energy, some style, even some lifestyle. So there's so many things linked with freestyle. It's not only juggle with a ball and do some tricks. It's completely another world. And it can bring me like passion, learn about something like life lessons, how to be more persistent, have a more like train, like many things like this, you know, show me like how to improve, how to be regular when you train. I don't know how you consistent, yeah, and be serious when I do training. When I really want something, I learned that if you really want it, if you train, even if you are not the best, because when I was doing football, like you or like you, I was one of the worst at juggling. And once I said, okay, now I want to start being good. And then I start training, and then I become the best of my team. So cool. But it's really some life lesson that teach me freestyle, not only just tricks.
Determination.
Yes.
Val, just to get into this story, you said there are more things with freestyle, right? It's not only the side where you juggle with the ball and doing the tricks, but mostly right now you are like, yeah, in the organization, organizing events in France, a lot of things backstage that you are doing, getting more structure into the freestyle football scene in your country. But what was the reason for that? What was the inspiration for you to start off with that? To be more like an organizer and lead the community in France.
Actually, I never wanted, the story is that I never wanted to be a leader of my country. I was all freestylers. I was always in almost all the events. I was going there. I know many people, and it was a bit kind of natural. Like people, they ask me, "Can you organize this? Can you help me for this?" And I like helping people. So then I became kind of natural leader. So people, they were. And when there were some problems between people, like some small conflicts or anything, I can be there to solve the problem or to find something like a neutral figure. Mm-hmm. And then I become a bit like a natural leader of the France. I never wanted to be the leader. It just happened to me a bit like this. Like people ask me, "Can you help me? Can you do this?" And I do this.
Really nice.
Yeah, nice, man.
Good story.
How about you, Sven? How do you keep going nowadays? What is your main motivation or inspiration?
Well, you know, in the beginning, when I started freestyle, the challenge was to overcome myself, like Val was saying, like to prove yourself that you can do a few tricks, that you can learn how to juggle. At some point, you know, it was the exchange between other freestylers, between me and other freestylers, online competitions, and I'm talking here about the years 2007-8, so it was just at the start of YouTube. We had forums and we were exchanging our tricks, our videos. We had online competitions. So back then, that was my inspiration. And just, you know, in the beginning, you learn tricks in a very fast rate because you just keep training. You're young, and it just one trick comes after the other. But at some point, like especially when you do it for a long period of time, for me now it's been almost 15 years. At some point you realize, okay, what's next? What's the next trick that I want to do? And for me nowadays, what keeps me inspired is the community, first of all, exchanging myself, seeing other people who do the same thing, but also focusing less on the tricks, on the difficulty of the tricks, because that was the goal in the beginning, to just get better and better and do the most hardcore tricks in terms of difficulty, technicality. But nowadays I focus more, or I try to focus more on on other aspects like musicality. I try to do my tricks on the beat, which adds a different difficulty to freestyle as well. Or I try to focus on, or I inspire myself from dance, from hip hop, from different art forms, just to have a different approach to freestyle. And yeah, that inspires me nowadays to just evolve as a freestyler and not focus on the categories that we have, like lowers, sit downs, and uppers, which are like the main categories of tricks that you can do in freestyle. But yeah, to focus more on finding a flow that looks good, or to find a style that stands out from other freestylers. I mean, there's a lot of freestylers out there nowadays, like Mathieu, for example, or Daigoro. A lot of Japanese freestylers who have their own style, and it just looks good the way they put the tricks together. And they don't necessarily do the hardest tricks, but yeah, they have a certain attitude, a certain energy, a certain way that, yeah, certain presence on stage, and you know, those freestylers inspire me, yeah, nowadays to keep going. And yeah, also I think another aspect that's important is to give back to the next generation. You know, when I started out, I was just focusing on myself. I just wanted to improve myself, but now to see the next generation, you know, and give them a chance to discover what freestyle is, like to discover everything that I've experienced through freestyle, and give them, yeah, open the door for them that they can enter this world of creativity and self-expression. I think, yeah, leading them in a certain way is a good way to find fulfillment as well.
Yeah. That's what you did like last year, right? Or yeah, last year with the first Luxembourgish championship.
2 years ago, yeah.
Is it already 2 years ago?
Yeah, because this year we wanted to do the second edition, but yeah, we all know why we couldn't make it happen this year. So unfortunately,
so there we already saw like a first top 8 of Luxembourg freestyle football national champs. Rody and I were there to judge, right? But there was, I think, for you, like most of the time you were always alone in Luxembourg.
Yeah, true. And also now I realize you're talking about this competition. I was talking about Epic Skills, the first competition that I organized in 2018, but you were talking about 2019, the first Luxembourgish national championship. So yeah, that was a first last year. And you too, Rowdy and Guido, you were there to judge, and yeah,
that was also a nice experience, and it was cool to see that that you could bring. That it started with just one lonely Sven Felix in Luxembourg.
That's how it is. Yeah,
and then there's like a whole bunch of new generation, and
it must have been funny to see me compete. Like, I'm now 29 years old, with all the other guys who were there. Most of them around 18 years old. So me standing out, like in terms of age and maybe experience, but. Yeah, I'm trying to keep pushing myself still. I see how far I can still go in terms of competition, but at some point I know that Momo, the other guy who's really good in Luxembourg, will overcome me, and he will be the next Luxembourgish champion.
It's also what you said before that competition. I remember you said to me like, this year, yes, maybe I can win. I have to try my best, but probably I can win. But next year, I don't know.
Next year it will be
Momo is training hard, you know. I was like, oh.
But I saw his battle recently against the Dutch champion Jesse, and he pulled off some pretty good stuff there in that competition last week. At the knockout freestyle knockout champs, and. If he pulls out his best stuff against me, I'm sure in the next competition, and he will be able to prove himself.
But the big question is: does Momo also have The swag of Sven Phillips.
Yeah, I mean, he has his own swag. He has. What I like about him is that he just enjoys being on stage now.
Yeah.
He's a very energetic person, and
Yeah.
he's slowly but steadily finding his own style and his own way of expressing himself. And he's inspiring himself from b-boying a lot. And in b-boying, it's usual that if you copy someone else, it's not accepted, not at all. So
Yeah.
you really have to be original.
Also the attitude on stage.
The attitude as well, yeah.
Yeah.
And one of his biggest idols is
Lil Zoo,
Lil
right?
Zoo, a Moroccan b-boy, and Momo, he's Moroccan as well, and that's where he gets his inspiration, and he's definitely on the right path to, yeah. Because when I see him, I'm just happy when I see him compete, because that's the energy he brings on the stage, and that's also the definition or the direction I want freestylers to go, to just find their own way,
Yeah.
and not copy everyone else, because that's how it was in the beginning. And in the beginning, it was normal that everybody was doing the same kind of tricks, because it was the beginning of the sport. It doesn't exist for that long, right? So nowadays, people find different niches and different types of tricks, and it's very interesting to see where it will go in the next few years.
Yeah, you talk about a lot of things about that, like the next generation, the community, and the power of that community. Rody, if I could ask you the thing, what's special about the community for you?
For me, it's like a freestyle family.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, it's like when I am with freestylers, like you know, sometimes you for example, you're traveling somewhere and you're in a train, and then there's someone start talking to you. Yeah, it's normal. But when I meet a freestyler, it's already a different vibe, because you already have your freestyle language. Like you can talk about the tricks and stories, and it's like it's really like a community, you know. And it's just it feels very. It feels like coming home. Yeah, it feels like coming home. It's like this. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
even if you never met that person before, right?
Yes,
It's,
yes. You know,
feels very familiar.
I think did I met you already before,
Yeah,
Paul?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Did we talk already before? I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure, yeah, but we already met in Super Bowl.
Yes. Okay. At Super Bowl, you see each other. Hi, hi.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it like that.
No
But
problem.
yeah, it's just like when you meet the new freestylers, you can already talk with the guy or girl just like it's
Easily, yeah.
a friend. It's like this. This is really how it is. How it feels for me.
Yeah.
But how's
So-
for you, Fall?
Yeah,
like
same.
yeah, same. But what makes you, or what is the thing that you makes you keep going as well with the community? What is something that touches you the most, like about the freestyle football community?
For me, it's like Sven and Rody. Is really there's some kind of vibe when we have some freestylers, and also like Sven, I want to give back to the community, because I had when I started doing some freestyle in the beginning, I was kind of a little shy boy, you know, like wanted to prove something, have some confidence gain some confidence, and then I learned a lot. So I think if I learn this, some other people can learn from freestyle
Yes.
also. So I want to open also the doors, and I like the image, and open the door for the young ones, and so they can find their own way, they can improve, and they can find what can freestyle bring to them. So I think that's why I like organizing events, especially for make people talk to each other, make people to meet each other. I think is the most important in a competition. It's not only the winner wins something; it's also people gathering, meeting, having some fun together. So this is very, very important. And the side events is really important, I think.
And also, like normally, like freestylers are training individually.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have some friends around. Maybe I don't know how it is in France, but in Paris you have a lot of freestylers, of course, and
Yeah.
they're training in Saint-Cat. mostly.
there's some teams. Yeah.
But like here in the Netherlands, like it's a small country, but still we have freestylers all over it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't have like one place or or more spaces here in the Netherlands where people come together and train with each other, like maybe a few times a week.
Yeah.
And I think for me, like if I'm looking to the next step maybe for in freestyle football, it's like, and also like getting more people involved in freestyle football. I think it's like really important to meet more with each other
Yeah.
and sharing that passion more often.
And also, like when you meet more often all together, it becomes more normal. Because when I was younger, I was already freestyling, maybe already for maybe 2 or 3 years, but I was too scared to meet others. I was just like, yeah, maybe also a little bit shy, you know. And yeah, like I think when you see meetings happening all the time online, then maybe it feels like, oh, I really want to go there one time. So I think if it happens many times, it's like the step is easier to take if you're like a little bit shy, or you don't know if you will be accepted or not. So
Was it hard for you guys maybe to train individually, maybe in the beginning, or still maybe nowadays? Is it for you? Because of course I think when you're training together, right, it gives you the good vibes, the good energy at
there's
Super
more
Bowl
fun.
by example.
I-
And sorry.
I,
Yes,
I
sir.
think I can reply to that question because I was training by myself for a long time
Yeah.
because I was the only one who was doing it in
Yeah.
Luxembourg. I think the first 4 years I was only training by myself. I didn't even meet with other people. Also, like you guys, I was a very introverted person, and maybe that's also because why I found freestyle, because it gave me a way to express, or it gave me a voice to express myself. But yeah, after the 4 years when I first met other freestylers and trained with other people, it was eye-opening in a way, because I didn't know freestyling with other people could be that much fun, because I was not used to it. You know, I was always really training by myself, lonely. Sometimes there was a friend who was watching, but I didn't know what I was missing out on.
where's the dramatic music on the background?
Yeah, but after I knew how much fun it could be training with other people and how much energy you get exchanging with other freestylers, and not only exchanging tricks but also talking about culture and other ideas, because we're not only talking about freestyle, right? We also have other interests, maybe series or television, music. So that's also a way to
Make
talk
friends.
about that, make friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Was that also a reason why you started to think about more, okay, the next generation in Luxembourg? We need to make plans for that, or we have to inspire more freestylers here to...
Yeah, well, I always wanted to have a competition in Luxembourg, also to inspire other people. But the thing is, when you have 4 freestylers in Luxembourg, then it's not possible to organize a competition, because nobody's gonna come and watch 4 people do a competition. So
Competition in like
it was
20 minutes.
kind of difficult, because of course competitions inspire young people to start the sport maybe, but if you can't organize a competition, then it's a difficult situation to inspire other people. So whenever I was doing workshops in schools or wherever, I try to inspire them and tell them, you can train with me for free, I'll teach you a few tricks. And there was a few people who stuck around for some time, but it's how it is.
Maybe just a total other question, like, can you make a living of freestyle football?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's possible, but I think it's a long way to go, and I think it's the wrong reason if you start freestyle because you want to make money from it, because then you will just stop at some point, because you will not reach the money. You will not reach the money at fast enough, so you'll lose the patience before you're good enough to earn enough money to live from it.
Mhm.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I never I was never a professional in freestyle football, but as far as I know, from some friends who are professionals, it's quite hard. And as Sven said, you need first to reach a high level. Do it for passion. Do it really. If you want to start freestyle and just make money from it, you will not work. There's a point where you cannot improve your level, and then you will just focus on the money, on the business, and then it will be a vicious circle, and then I don't think it can work.
Yeah, it's just either way, or you have to reach a certain popularity, or like you have to reach a certain standard that you actually can live from it, but it's just for a little handful of people, I think. Yeah, I think. But also if you want to live from freestyle, it's possible, but it's more hard work, and you really have to do it for the passion of it. And I think slowly you start doing it more as a job than as a passion. So I think there's a little it's a very thin line.
I think we shouldn't forget that freestyle hasn't been around for more than 15 years, so it's still a very young sport. But slowly the opportunities are growing in terms of commercials. Nowadays, also with social media, I think if you work with brands, there's a lot of opportunities to earn money.
But then it's like
you can do shows, performances. So there's many ways where you can earn money from. You just need to be clever on how to approach it, and approach it with the right reasons.
Yeah, and then it's also a little bit like on social media. Then you are also in the box a little bit of influencer.
Exactly.
Right, or how you call this. So that box is not only for freestylers. That's what I tried to say.
Yeah.
So then you're a freestyler and you're like an influencer.
Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, you don't have to be, in terms of the level that you have as a freestyle. You don't need to have the highest level.
Yes, also
in order to earn money as an influencer.
Yeah.
Let's say, but I would say there's definitely possibilities out there to make a living from freestyle.
But make sure that it is your passion first, because
exactly.
if it's not, then
That's a good way to
and that it
finish my
stays like
phrase.
that. And that it also stays like that.
yeah, of course, because
That's
like
more-
when it's like every day it's coming by, and it's not the easy way. You always need to hustle
Yes.
for your moments, and so yeah, Brody, you know everything about it.
Yes, I know
Life
everything
of
about it.
a hashtag FS life, but but it's definitely possible. So for the next generation, keep your head high and
Yes, of course, always head up.
head up, and just show your passion.